Don't do distractions. I'm coming back.
As you can see, we are home now. And I sure do miss that Florida weather, man. I sure do miss it. You
Sun's
know what
back.
else I miss? You know what else I'm gonna miss? I'm gonna miss the NBA season. It's finally it's finally over. And we have new champions.
Mm, let me
Giannis
hear it.
Antetokounmpo
Let me hear it. Where's my
and
credit?
and
I'm
the
waiting.
Milwaukee Bucks
I'm waiting.
defeated the Phoenix Suns 6 games.
Mm,
Called by
none
Jay-Z
other.
himself. Jay-Z
None
himself.
other. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I've been betting against the Suns all playoffs. I just took note of that. You know, I had the Lakers winning, loss. Nuggets, that was more Jokic's favor. That's why I picked them. I knew they wasn't going to win, though, honestly. But they lost, all in all. Clippers, injuries, of course, to Kawhi Leonard. They lost. And I bet against them in the finals, and, you know, they say third time the charm, but this was the fourth time. Looking nice, though.
Anyways, Giannis went out there and dropped a 50 ball. Middleton
5
didn't have that great
blocks,
of a and 5 blocks,
14
great 5 blocks
boards.
and 14 boards. And Chris Middleton didn't have that great of a game, but he sure did hit that dagger pull up mid range shot.
In this game,
I will say this before we dive into it. This series put the world on notice that mid-range jump shots are still just as important as anything else. Devin Booker was knocking it down at mid-range all playoffs. Chris Paul's knocking it down mid-range. Giannis, he was hitting a couple middies. Chris Middleton, he was hitting some. The mid-range jumper is still important. That's what this series showed us. But we're here to talk about two things. Like I said, Chris Paul. We're here to talk about Giannis. Let's talk about Chris Paul first.
let's go.
This was probably his only chance to win a ring. His best chance. He's 36. Doesn't really have a lot of time left.
His highest chance in his career.
This was the best chance. Yeah, he'll get paid, but the odds of them going somewhere again, unless they land a big time free agent, is really low. Especially because everybody who came back healthy or is going to come back healthy next year. We're hearing reports Bradley Beal wants a trade. The Lakers want him. DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, the Lakers want him. Russell Westbrook, the Lakers want him. The Lakers want everybody. The
Also
Lakers
won
want everybody.
CP3.
They also want CP3. They want everybody. But what are the odds of CP3 coming back to the finals?
You asking me?
Mm.
Next year, try to put it right now, I give them a 10% chance.
To get
Which
back to
is
the finals.
honestly not that bad. I'm expecting Devin Booker's game to improve over the offseason. Aiden as well. Chris Paul may take a little step back, though, just maybe. But he hasn't had to really do much since, I say, Clippers days, honestly, because he's always had a great guard next to him. Had Harden in Houston. Now he has Booker, who's young and up and coming. So he just has to be that floor general and step up in the clutch more when his team needs him. Now, the reports about him, it seems like he's going to decline his player option, which is smart. I mean, in terms of money wise, I mean, everybody thought he was dead and gone with us and OKC. He thought that was his last big contract, but it seems like he wants another extension for 3 years, 3 to 4 years maybe. maybe make this as his last run because he is 36. So Phoenix Suns definitely do have the money to re-sign him, obviously. And the Lakers are also interested. So those are probably the two hot spots because, of course, LeBron and CP3 go way back. I wouldn't really see him going anywhere else. Maybe if he wanted to contend Mavericks, but they have a lot of organization issues. That's why I don't really see any free agency going there because they just lost their head coach. I forgot who they got as their head coach now. I think Jason. Is it Jason Kidd? Can't remember. But I know
I think
Mark Cuban got rid of their GM as well. So they got a lot of issues up in the organization, and they have an issue with what they're going to do with Porzingis. But I see Phoenix retaining Chris Paul 3 years probably, and they're going to run it back. Now, role player wise, I mean, Cam Johnson, obviously, he should have got the ball more in the finals. I said that. But they didn't play him a lot due to Mikal Bridges has better defense, which is fine, I guess. I mean, but the real reason they lost the finals, I gotta give props to Mike Budenholzer. You know, he able to switch up the game plan. He was able to implement stuff. He outcoached Monty Williams in that game 6. I'm sorry, he definitely did for sure. Monty Williams, their offense, the big reason they got those 2 wins at home was because they got a lot of ball movement, got a lot of people involved with the pick and roll action. And ever since game 3 or 4, they stopped hitting Aiden on the rolls pretty much. It seemed like Devin Booker and Chris Paul just try to ISO the big, which is, I mean, fine. I mean, but eventually you got to pass the rock up sometimes, so the defense is going to collapse. Just get smaller, make the court smaller. And that's basically what happened. And of course, the greatness from Giannis happened in game 6. But everybody's talking about that. So the main reason, like I said, like I just explained, and also Giannis' greatness is why they lost. Coming off a hyperextended knee straight like a week later, I told you he would be fine. I wasn't really worried about it. I don't know why people were really worried about it. I know it looked bad, but if nothing's really damaged or bruised, the player's going to be all right, especially in the finals. So we saw what happened, but I think Chris Paul and them, they're going to run it back. That's about it.
Yeah, like I said, this was probably his last chance. He'll probably resign. Yeah, I think he'll resign, but I don't think he's not going to be the same because this year, Devin Booker should progress. I think he's going to be in the gym all season or all off season. DeAndre
Went to the
Ayton.
Olympics.
You want to know why they lost? Because Monty Williams refused to do what the Heat did. He refused to do what the Raptors did. They refused to do what they just refused to do that. To stop Giannis. We knew Chris Middleton was going to be on and off. But if he's on, just let him be on. But I'm not letting Giannis do what he wants. And they failed that. Drew
They
Holiday,
don't have
he
the
shot
personnel.
terrible. They probably not.
And what's it
Probably
called?
not.
Honestly,
But Ayton, you got to do better. Ayton has to do better.
through the finals, it seemed like Giannis' court vision got better. I've seen it progress, and he started averaging after game 2, he started averaging like 6+ assists. So he was really passing the ball well. I was impressed because he started showing flashes of like how LeBron would play in the post when he was younger. So it looked pretty good.
And his free throws, the more they sent him to the free throw line, the better I saw him shoot. Like his free throws got way better. It's 17 for 19 in game 5. Game 6. And yeah, but this was CP3's last. Like I think this is his last chance. Or that was his last chance. I think he's just in. He's gonna play some more. If he wants to ring chase, he can ring chase, I guess. But I think he's a solidified top 5 point guard, even without the ring. I think he'd be fine. But moving on to Giannis. Giannis, man, 50 ball, one of the greatest finals performances, closeout games of all time. That's tough. 20 in the third by yourself. That was Giannis scored half the team's points,
Almost, yeah.
or pretty much half the team's points. That's insane. I think by the third quarter, they had like 80 something or like 70 something. Giannis had like 37. That's crazy. Every one. He was going baseline and getting it some time. He did whatever he wanted out there, bro. And I guess that whole Giannis and AD debate's out the window. I think it's out the window now. That's tough. And
Ben
two
said
MVPs, a Finals MVP, a championship, not two, a Defensive Player of the Year, compared to one NBA championship, which you weren't even. Well, I don't know. I personally think Anthony Davis was the best person on that team, personally. But it's just like compared to that one ring to all of Giannis's accomplishments, it's getting not close. Giannis is the best power forward in the league, and at 26 to have all those, he's a top five. He's a top five power forward. I think he is he better than Barkley? Is
I like
Giannis better
Barkley.
than
I'm a
Barkley?
little biased to Barkley, but mm, I mean, accolades wise, you got Kevin McHale still got more rings than him, but he has a better skill set. And then you got Karl Malone. He was number 2 all time scorer. You also got the 3 players I solidify over Giannis right now is Tim, Dirk, Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, for sure.
That's probably about it. But he's at the end of his career, he most likely, if not already, he's going to be better than McHale.
So he not better than Barkley?
That's close. Because Barkley, he didn't have the physical gifts, and he was still averaging 13 rebounds. He was 6'4". So, I mean, in a tougher era, too, so more physical. So, it's close between those two. But with the ring, he's probably going to end up all time. He could end up being top 3 power forward. If he gets 2 more, he's definitely going to be top 3 power forward.
Yeah, as of right now, he's like the top 7
He's
power
5.
forward.
He's 5 to me. He's at 5 spot.
He's at the 5 spot.
Yeah, he beat out
Ooh,
Malone.
man. He beats out Malone. That's tough. That's tough. But hey,
That's because I like Charles Barkley a lot. So
I don't know. I guess. I mean, so he got his ring, and in the words of PJ Tucker, we got dogs. We got dogs. So you think they're capable of running it back?
yeah, for sure. Yeah. They don't have too many expiring contracts, I'm pretty sure. So they're gonna keep most of the guys. The problem is I expect the Nets to get a lot better role players. I expect a lot of role players to want to sign in Brooklyn. Especially the defenders type of role players. I don't know the free agency list off the top of my head, right now, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be some wing defenders they can grab out of free agency. Hopefully, they want to come and try to get a free ring. KD, Kyrie, and Harden are healthy, of course. So I expect Brooklyn to be better. You got maybe Philly. I don't know. They could trade Ben for a superstar. Talks have been for like
honestly,
Dame. I don't know if that'll happen. Could go other places. Probably get a Bradley Beal maybe, who's looking to get traded maybe during draft. So that'll be interesting. Speaking of the draft, it will be next Thursday. I think we'll talk about that next week because my team got the 6th pick. So I think Philly will be decent. I don't think they'll be that much better than this year.
I think the range between 4 and 6.
You got Atlanta, who had a great playoff run. I think they'll be better. They did miss out. They missed DeAndre Hunter a lot. Was their starting small forward, so him coming back should be good for them. Maybe New York gets a good piece. I think Colin Sexton should go there because it seemed like their issue in the playoffs was scoring. Because Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, yeah, I mean Lonzo, but I just said I think they need more of a scorer because Julius Randle did not play that good. They relied on Derrick Rose. I don't know how much time Derrick Rose got, even though he still keeps proving us wrong. R.J. Barrett, he got to get better scoring, like mid-range and around the basket. He shot really good from 3 of those this year, which is improvement. So maybe they could try to get a scoring guard like Colin Sexton, maybe Westbrook, maybe Beal. Who knows? I just think they need another scorer out there. Can also play make. So maybe Westbrook would fit. I don't know how that would work, honestly. But I think the East, it'll probably be the battle of Brooklyn and Milwaukee again, most likely. Unless some superstar like y'all grab Kawhi somehow to free agency if he opts out. Or if Dame comes over to an East team. Who knows? But for next year, I definitely feel like it's going to be Bucks and Nets running it back.
But in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I mean, it's up to seeding. I don't know how serious the Nets are going to play. I know the Bucks love playing good in the regular season. We all know that because they've been a great regular season for like the past 3 years. It's just they finally won it. So I don't know. I don't know if the Nets are going to, rest again like they did this year, even though it didn't really work out because of injuries. But who knows? And it was Steve Nash's first year, but it's not really hard to coach 3 Hall of Famers. So
yeah, at all. Yeah. But hey, that's gonna wrap up this episode. Obviously, I'm kind of upset, but I'm happy for Giannis. I'm happy for everybody except Chris Middleton. But that's besides the point.
Brent Forbes got a ring before Jimmy.
All right. Anyways. All right. Next episode, you guys, we got some real spicy for you guys. Our top 30 players. Now that the NBA season is over, it's gonna be a real good one. Make sure you guys tune into it. You already know, Juice and Lou, man. Come on, man. Come on. There's gonna be some real good ones because I got my list. He got his list. We haven't showed each other. We're just gonna wait and see. We're gonna share it with y'all. But hey, until then, it's your boys Juice and Lou, and we out of here. Peace.
Molly off the drug, I got purple in my cup.